Hey guys, it's Nizewalks here, and I've wanted to make this video for a long time now. Ever since I started watching anime, something just kept pulling me back to this genre, and I couldn't put into words what it really was. I didn't feel I had the place to speak about this as well, as I've only watched anime for 2 years since the COVID pandemic happened. Now I feel I've watched enough, and that I can really have a full and honest opinion on what makes anime one of the most entertaining forms of entertainment. This obviously is non-exclusive to other genres, as everyone likes different things. Therefore, I wanted to talk about why people who watch anime like anime.
I will never turn my back on you, even if this world consumes what is left of me. I will conquer the threats that face you, even if this world consumes what is left of me.
One of the main things I hear from people who have never watched anime is, why do you even like anime? It's so cringe and weird. And it's a pretty unfortunate perception that the anime audience has garnered over the years. Some of it is warranted, as I'll talk about later, but what people see from the outside is a cartoony, childlike genre that people who haven't grown up watch. As someone who used to be one of these people, I know that this is because they see what I used to see. Dragon Ball Z, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, One Punch Man, Pokemon, Naruto, One Piece. All of these animes have one thing in common, and it is over-the-top, wacky expressionism and art style. Even now, I'm not the biggest fan of these types of anime shows, but unfortunately it completely overshadows the kind of anime that a lot of people like me have come to love and enjoy. This is not to say that DBZ or JoJo are bad shows. If anything, I believe that what I'm about to say will justify why some parts of the anime community enjoy these shows as well. The point is that anime looks weird and of another world from outside, due to these shows dominating the mainstream's appearance of it. To regular anime watchers, shows like One Punch Man and One Piece with these overbloated stories or ridiculous superpowers don't faze us, as it's part of the medium's ability to enable writers to tell impossible stories. So what about anime draws people like me and everyone else to them? The first and biggest thing that I believe anime thrives upon is the audience's want to be the character they are watching, or to resonate with the character's personality. This concept is a very large idea to deconstruct, so let me try and make this easier to understand. In regular cinema, there are heroes, villains, protagonists, love interests, etc. Just like anime, and as people watch films, they are consciously or unconsciously putting themselves in the character's shoes. This obviously all depends on the writing, music, context, character's appearance, but within the context of anime, this is, I believe, even more enhanced, as the art tends to people's ability to become one with the character. As a film student, I've had to learn the theory behind film and how the audience perceives the silver screen. So in viewing multiple animes, I slowly realized the biggest advantage these shows have. Unlike normal cinema, where you have actors, actresses playing characters, in anime, the characters are drawn fictional people. Comparatively speaking, for most viewers, it is much harder to put yourself in the shoes of a real person that already exists, because you are not that person. In anime, these characters aren't real people, which gives people like me and you the unique ability to become the character itself. Anime characters are in some essence just attributes of a personality given a face, which allows anime lovers to latch onto those character qualities and emotions. To give you a personal example, in a show called My Dress-Up Darling, I know, the name is ridiculous sounding, the main protagonist, Gojo, is a pretty bland looking person that I 100% believe to be myself. Gojo, just like me, has a passion for his craft. He likes painting and sewing beautiful traditional Hina dolls, while I love editing and developing films. Just like him, I wish to find that one girl who really appreciates my art, and to make a point about what I said earlier about wanting to experience the character's life, he does find this girl, Marin Kitagawa, the one and only girl who truly loves his craft, just like I want to experience as well. Since anime characters are just characteristics and emotions with a face, viewers don't fully need to be one with that character. They can just grasp onto parts of the character or their philosophy. For example, we want to be special and incredible people who make a difference in the world. Some of us want to be beautiful or loved or unique, which is why we can resonate with characters that don't even exist in our own reality, such as Mikasa Ackerman from Attack on Titan, who is an incredible fighter who loves her brother deeply, Or 02, a non-human girl with horns who may be beautiful, but she also portrays the deep emotional scars our past can leave on us and how we can deal with them as human beings. My main point here is anime, unlike almost any other medium, has a unique chance to encapsulate us as viewers, making us the characters themselves rather than us watching other people on screen and having to put ourselves in those characters' shoes, who we know we aren't. This is one of the reasons why anime has held my attention as long as it has.
夢に僕らでを張って来たるべき日のために夜を越えいざ期待だけ満タンであとはどうにかなるさと肩を組んだ怖くないわけないでも止まんないピンチの先回りしたって僕らじゃしょうがない僕らの恋が言う声が言う行けという
The second biggest reason I believe us anime watchers watch anime is because of its music. In my personal opinion, if it wasn't for music that anime uses and how it implements it, I think the entire medium would have died a long time ago. Anime uses music in an especially unique way, and the only other place that you come close to seeing it is in the biggest blockbusters in regular cinema. Anime uses music the same way that films like Star Wars, Marvel, and Fast and Furious 7 do, and I think that it creates the peak of cinema experience. Just so we're all on the same page, I would like to show you guys a couple clips just to exemplify what I'm really talking about.
You'll always be with me. And you'll always be my brother.
These musically orchestrated moments enhance the emotional stakes into the stratosphere, and what's even more incredible is that anime does it all the time. You can't go more than 3 episodes in a show without a scene that could possibly be a kind of who cares moment being elevated to an 11. Because these studios understand that raising the emotional interest of the audience is where anime truly shines. I really want to make an entire video just talking about music in general within film as a whole, but to summarize my thoughts about music as a tool, I think music is 100% the most powerful weapon in film language without a doubt. That may be a controversial stance, but looking at how anime has reflected upon myself, I know that this is one of the main reasons why anime keeps bringing me and everyone else I know back to it. It's those gut-wrenching, tear-bringing, awe-inspiring moments that anime watchers live to see. Attack on Titan is one of the best examples of what I'm trying to get at. Almost every episode utilizes music with such brilliance that it is just indescribable. Just as a few examples, the scene where Reiner and Bertolt are revealed to be the armored and colossal titans still lives in my memory just because of how incredible the orchestra was. From the same series, another example shows how music can elevate scenes that might have been overlooked if it wasn't for the music. My heart has never been so shaken by the moment Connie shot his comrades on the pier, and the music unfathomably brought this moment to its pinnacle for me.
Stop, Armin! Get off me! I don't want to do this!
Harmon! Why are you betraying us? I don't understand, Connie! We were supposed to be on the same side no matter what! We still are on the same side, Samuel! But I just...
One of you is gonna have to be the one to do it.
Music also acts as another tool in anime, and that is to set a tone and mood for the show as well. Of course, this is true for all cinema, but in anime, intros can make or break a show's overall vibe. I've seen entire communities just indulge themselves in the compositions that some animes use to symbolize themselves, which no other medium that I've ever seen outside of Star Wars and Marvel pull off consistently. One example of this is the JoJo community. You can't talk to a JoJo enthusiast without them continuously bringing up the soundtrack, and when you watch JoJo, you can see why that is. Not only is music representative of the characters within it, but it also plays into the overall theming of the show and its grandeur of its cast. The epic arcs of JoJo are embodied by the intros that come before them, and the goofiness of JoJo is also embodied by the music of its outros as well. The last point I want to make is that anime lets music tell the story, allowing it to take the wheel. No other medium that I've ever witnessed has allowed music as much free will as I've seen in anime do so. Entire scenes of shows will just be fully music driven, and it is a sight to behold. There's a reason why music is one of the few things that the entire world shares universally, and it is because it is beautiful to the ears. It creates another level of depth that no other sound or visual can reach. My favorite example of this is from My Dress Up Darling once again, and the music in this scene just makes us as the viewers relax and behold the events that are occurring before us. Gojo here is realizing that he loves this girl and is also reflecting on his own growth as a person because of her coming into his life. Nothing could put into words that development as a character, and that is why I love this scene.
I can smell the gunpowder and the smoke. I can hear people cheering. Seeing everything so close, feeling these sounds resonate through my whole body. Last year, the year before, and even before that, every year that I can remember, I'd be alone in my room. Fireworks were just some loud, echoing noise I'd hear off in the distance. But this year it's different.
Sometimes music understands us better than we understand ourselves, and can even be a source of comfort, and this is the reason why anime's use of music is like none other. The final aspect of anime I want to highlight is the obvious thing about it, its art style. Anime is an art style, and it's what defines the medium, and as much as people would like to chalk up anime art style to personal preference and liking, I believe anime's art style is more than that, more than personal preference. I think there's a very mystifying reason art style plays into the enjoyment of viewers, another level deeper not found in other mediums of film. To better describe my thoughts, I think the best way to understand this is by looking at what other mediums lack. When you see anime, you know it's anime. It differs from other mediums in this indescribable way, even from other 2D art styles that look similar, and this is what I believe is the reason anime watchers like anime. Looking at animations as recent as the new Fire Again music video, which looks anime-esque, something is missing, and it shows what anime lacks that other mediums don't. A real-world exact equivalent to compare it to. Fire Again is an animated music video that utilizes the characters of Valorant, and our minds know this and make this connection. With anime, on the other hand, every character is, at most, based on another drawing, a character that isn't even close to our own plane of existence. As more reinforcement, the characters of live-action movies are based upon the actors and actresses who play them, unlike anime that once again has no real-world equivalent. Anime is one of the few mediums that has humanoid characters that don't look like real people, which is really the key of what I'm trying to say. We as viewers can connect to these characters on another level that other mediums don't provide, because the medium itself makes it so that these characters have no strings attached, allowing us to fill in these gaps with our own minds. 3D characters of animated shows don't fall into this category, even if the characters are make-believe, human, or even creatures, because all of these movies and shows have characters with defining features such as their body sizes, facial features, anything your mind can tie to not being your own, and even these small little things can create a disconnect between the viewer and the character. Anime as a medium instead provides a gateway to its characters that isn't limiting in this way. To summarize my thoughts I just threw up to you, anime's art style lends itself to realistic characters without the burden of real-life equivalents impeding on your own imagination. To further understand my thoughts, let me present the example of Hodaka Horishima from the movie Weathering with You. Besides him being an already boring-looking protagonist, he can be reduced to a nameless personality, acting out the scenarios of the film, while also living through some of the most amazing scenes a person could ever live to see. Because the art style presents to us just a kid living in Tokyo, we as viewers can fully immerse ourselves in the beauty and life of the world, while simultaneously becoming the character that lives within the world itself. I had a really hard time just trying to pull my thoughts together at the end of this video, and I think I finally found the basic conceptual foundation I needed. I have found one word that can describe this feeling that anime gives me, and it's nostalgia. While nostalgia describes craving of the past for a simpler time in your life, I believe that this same feeling of nostalgia that is so incomparable is the same feeling that anime causes its viewers to feel. The fact that anime can create this world that we can never go to, but so fully immerse ourselves in, is the definition of desire, which I believe is the reason us anime viewers can't get enough of this form of entertainment.
"世界が君の小さな肩に乗っているのが僕にだけは見えて泣き出しそうでいると大丈夫ってさ君が気づいてさ聞くから大丈夫だよって僕は慌てて言うけどなんでそんな